At this point, it honestly seems like every actor in the world has made his or her way into a Marvel movie at one point or another. For this video, we're taking a look at some actors who were almost in Marvel movies but ultimately missed out. Enjoy this video and be sure to subscribe to Screen Rant for awesome new videos every single day.
Come on, let's go.
Here is our list of 10 actors who were close to being a Marvel superhero. And before we start, can you guess this movie from these emojis? Stay tuned for the answer at the end of our video.
I had it, I lost it.
Emily Blunt as Black Widow. For years, there have been rumors swirling about Emily Blunt finally joining the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but as of now, she still hasn't. The closest that the Edge of Tomorrow actress ever came was when they were casting the role of Black Widow. Both Blunt and Marvel wanted her for the role, and plans were already in motion for her to debut as the character in Iron Man 2. Unfortunately, she was contractually obliged to turn it down, and instead work on the regrettable movie Gulliver's Travels.
And I was out.
Luckily for Marvel fans, Scarlett Johansson is fantastic as Black Widow, but we're sure people still wonder what it would have been like if Emily Blunt had kept it.
What I believe, sir, is that good things come to those who work their asses off.
Jake Gyllenhaal as Spider-Man. The story of Jake Gyllenhaal almost becoming Spider-Man is definitely a weird one, as this casting almost happened for Spider-Man 2, when Tobey Maguire had already played the titular hero in the original movie. Gyllenhaal was seriously considered for the role due to the fact that Maguire had actually injured his back while filming Seabiscuit.
Oh, my back!
The studio was unsure that Maguire would be able to reprise the role of Spidey, and Gyllenhaal seemed to be their answer. In the end, Tobey Maguire and the filmmakers were able to work out a plan, and Jake Gyllenhaal was let go. This recasting would have definitely been unique, but we're happy it didn't happen.
You dare threaten me, Thor, with so puny a weapon?
Liam Hemsworth as Thor. But wait, isn't Liam the brother of Chris Hemsworth who actually plays Thor? That's right. Before Chris landed the role of the Asgardian god, it was actually his younger brother Liam who was the frontrunner to wield the hammer. The even crazier thing is that the studio's second choice after Liam was none other than Tom Hiddleston, who of course plays Loki in the film.
This is madness.
Somehow, Chris was able to convince the studio heads that he was the right Hemsworth for the job. We think that his Thor-like blonde hair and incredible physique definitely helped his cause in beating out his brother for the part.
We've never met before, right?
Tom Cruise as Iron Man. Robert Downey Jr. is absolutely iconic as Tony Stark in the MCU.
I am Iron Man.
But it turns out that RDJ wasn't actually the first choice for the role. Years before the world ever got to see Iron Man, the studio was actually targeting a different leading man, Tom Cruise. In the mid-2000s, Cruise was a true superstar, whereas Downey Jr. was somewhat of a blacklisted actor. The studio tried to secure Cruise for the role, but the actor finally decided to pass on the part. This is the definition of a blessing in disguise, as RDJ's Iron Man has been the most important and iconic character in the entire MCU.
It's gonna last 30 seconds of me if your life depended on it.
Ronda Rousey as Captain Marvel. Ronda Rousey is one of the most famous MMA fighters of all time, and with her incredible physique and fighting ability, she's somewhat of a real-world superhero. Rousey doesn't have an extensive acting history, but she has made it known that she would be interested in adding a Marvel role to her filmography. When Marvel announced that they would be making a Captain Marvel movie, Rousey was sure to let it be known that she would be all in for playing the titular character. Unfortunately for the fighter, Marvel has announced that Brie Larson will be taking on the role, but that doesn't mean that Rousey can't land a Marvel role sometime in the future.
Are you not entertained?
Russell Crowe as Wolverine. Russell Crowe has a pretty stacked filmography, with roles in movies ranging from Gladiator to Les Miserables. The actor has even played a part in DC's Man of Steel as Jor-El, but one thing Crowe is yet to do is star in a Marvel movie. As it turns out, Crowe almost made his Marvel movie debut in 2000, as he was actually in talks to play Wolverine in the X-Men movie, before the filmmakers decided to go with Hugh Jackman.
This is the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Looking back, it's hard to imagine anyone but Jackman in the iconic role, and it's hard to know how Crowe would have done. One thing's for sure, if he had taken on the role of Wolverine, he would have had to whip his body into much better shape.
You ready to follow Captain America into the jaws of death?
John Krasinski as Captain America. Other than Iron Man, Captain America is the biggest star in the MCU, and Chris Evans has been brilliant in the role for years. It's hard to imagine anyone else throwing Cap's shield, but it turns out that funny man John Krasinski actually nearly landed the role. Marvel was keen on Krasinski and even had him screen test with the suit on, but in the end they decided to take the casting in a different direction. Krasinski has been a good sport about the decision, and has even joked about losing his spot in the MCU to men with better bodies. These days, Krasinski is looking pretty ripped, so we wouldn't be surprised to see him in a supersuit sometime soon.
The Black Panther has been the protector of Wakanda for generations.
John Boyega as Black Panther. Along with Daisy Ridley, John Boyega is right at the helm of the new Star Wars trilogy, and with the success of 2015's The Force Awakens, Boyega truly became a worldwide star seemingly overnight. When Marvel announced that it would be making a Black Panther movie, reports started surfacing that Boyega would be joining the cast.
Are we really doing this?
Unfortunately, the actor shut down these rumors, but he did let people know that he actually wanted to play the role of T'Challa, before Marvel decided to cast Chadwick Boseman. Boyega is a young and rising star, so it wouldn't surprise us if he ended up in a Marvel movie at some point.
So that's the reason for all the...
Johnny Depp as Doctor Strange. Marvel's 2016 magical superhero movie Doctor Strange was a critical and box office hit, and Benedict Cumberbatch brought some serious acting chops to the lead role. Cumberbatch looks like he's here to stay, but it's pretty common knowledge that he was not Marvel's first choice for the character. Studio heads were actually very keen on casting Johnny Depp in the role, in hopes that he would bring his quirky character acting skills to the MCU. On top of Depp, the studio heads were also heavily considering Joaquin Phoenix for the titular role. In the end, both Depp and Phoenix turned down the offer, and Marvel was stuck offering the role to Cumberbatch.
Everyone can see all this trippy magic stuff, right?
Margot Robbie as Sue Storm. In the summer of 2016, the whole world fell in love with Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn in the DCEU movie Suicide Squad. There's no denying that she is absolutely perfect for the part, but some fans may not know that she almost played a very different superhero movie character. When Marvel was planning to reboot Fantastic Four, the filmmakers wanted Robbie for the role of Sue Storm. After disliking the script, understandably, Margot Robbie decided to pass on the role and hold out for a comic book movie role that suited her better.
That's a good idea, honey.
She's probably very happy with her decision, as Fantastic Four was an absolute nightmare. And although Suicide Squad was met with very mixed reviews, her Harley Quinn was definitely a hit.
I love this guy.
So there you have it. There's our list of 10 actors who were close to being a Marvel superhero. Which one of these castings do you wish had happened? What other crazy casting rumors have you heard about? And the answer to the movie emoji is... Did you get the right answer?
He's making a challenge for me.
Let us know what you think in the comments section below, and be sure to subscribe to our channel for more fun videos like this one.